reason I know, not that I don't agree with it, but the thing is, there's lots of people that break laws in this country and they don't get punished.
Yeah, like the prime ministers.
Yeah. like
they go to other countries and they bomb innocent people and nobody brings them to account. See what I mean?
2004,
yeah.
Hunting with a pack of dogs was banned in this country.
Yeah.
Every single Saturday, hundreds of hunts all around the country go out with their dogs. And what do you think they do? They tear the animals apart. Okay? Please protect the people on horseback because we're still a really classist system. They see the antis turn up and they immediately, like they're terrorists, those people, just because we try to stop the foxes being torn apart. Bearing in mind, they are breaking the law. Whether you agree with foxes or not, those people are breaking the law. Right?
Can I ask you something? You know,
as a dog.
Yeah, just one second. Yeah. You're saying tearing apart a fox or an animal, no, hear me out, is bad. Do you know something far worse is happening in this country? Every year, there are more than 200,000 abortions in this country. What is your view about that?
I don't think abortion should be legal. But some people should not be allowed to have children.
Should not be allowed to have children?
Yes.
Well, who decides that?
Crimes. If say you've abused your child and killed it,
obviously.
Get to prison.
Yeah, obviously, if they're going to kill their children.
Be sterilised. So
but what I'm saying,
never be allowed to have children again.
What I'm talking about is,
if someone like Baby P and all those people, those poor little children have been beaten up, and the ambulance comes and their whole bodies have been crushed by some horrible person. You're not telling me they should be allowed to do their sentence and come out and then go on to have children.
No, but we are talking about exceptions here. What you're talking about is mothers or fathers killing their own children or abusing their children. Yeah. Obviously, that is something which is one of the worst crimes. But what I'm saying is, children who are not even born yet and aborted in their hundreds of thousands. Yes. So I hear many people talking about this hunting animals, using dogs and hounds is bad. I agree. I mean, this is not the way people should kill animals for their food or for sports. I think most of it is for sports. Exactly. Which to me is terrible.
It's somewhere where you both know you're into sport.
Yes.
Funny enough, that fox, when he's going all that way across country with like, I don't know, 100 hounds chasing him, that's not sport. And do you know why else it's not sport?
No, they call it sports. I know they call it sports.
The terrier men, they go through the day before and they block all the holes up. Well, that fox has got nowhere to go, and if he does find a hole, guess what the terrier men have on their butt? They have their little terrier.
But going back to the abortion topic,
yeah.
The child's own mother does it. You see what I mean?
Yes, I know.
Yes? Now, to me, that is more terrible than any fox being killed by a hound.
Yeah.
Yes, because as a human, compared to the value of as a human being, and as we are human beings, I think we value children more than the animals out there. Not that the animals are completely, basically without value or whatsoever. They should also be not treated badly or be torn by a fox or by a hound. Okay, that's also bad. But what I'm saying is that nobody speaks about this, which is legal in this country. Yes? So fox hunting is illegal, but this is still legal. Why does nobody speak about that?
Well, I guess it's because it's the same old thing, isn't it?
No, it's because we have been indoctrined into believing that this is perfectly normal and legit. You see what I mean? So a country like Britain, a country like European countries, and even America.
Judgment on the country. You can't just say, okay, the rules of the country are everything. Because there should be a justice. There should be a justice. Apart from the rules of the country, because someone can get away with the rules in this country. In the next life, there should be a judge.
They are killing life.
Yes, they are. Of course, they are killing us. Yes.
Especially because how many weeks is it now? You can have an abortion.
Say again?
20 weeks.
Yeah, they can. They've extended up to 23 weeks or something, I think. But look, whether it's 1 week or 1 week or 23 weeks, at the end of the day, it is something which is legitimate, and it is legitimate and is permitted. You see what I mean? Now, I think that's what the sister was trying to say. Like, who decides what is legal and what is illegal, what is punishable by law and what's not? Yes, I think the ultimate objective.
I wish I did believe in God. I really wish I believed that when I died, something would happen, that I would go somewhere.
What if there was? No, let's say for the sake of argument, those people who died, who are in your family, obviously didn't come back and tell you that there is nothing there. Okay, maybe they found out the reality after they closed their eyes.
Maybe.
Yes?
I hope so. I really hope there is something.
But if you hope so, what have you prepared for that life? Afterlife? Have you prepared anything for it?
What do you mean prepare?
What I meant is, like, for example, if there was such a law, and if there was God and He has established a law that unless you do and obey His law, then you will be having your punishment, or if you obey His law, your reward in the afterlife.
Surely if God is such a kind and wonderful thing, He wouldn't punish me. Why would He punish me?
You know,
Just because I don't believe
I'm not
in
saying
Him.
He's going to punish you for the good things you have done,
Yeah.
but He'll punish you for things which you were supposed to do.
So Catholic priests then, when they've been, with the kids and everything else,
Obviously
they're
not.
religious.
Yes, doesn't matter if he's religious. If a person is religious and he does something which is opposing the law of God, obviously that person has done a great sin.
Yeah.
Yes? So it doesn't matter if he calls himself a priest, or she calls herself a nun, or calls himself an imam, or whatever it is. At the end of the day, the law is established. It's not something which is vague. It has been set.
Yeah.
And if you abide by it, you will be rewarded. But if you go against it, there's consequences. Now, you see, at the end of the day, if we both, let's say we both end up dead, yes, and which is something, yeah, we will.
That's for sure.
Exactly. So that is one thing no one can deny. Death is imminent. Yes, whether you believe in God or not, that is something which is guaranteed. Yes, you see, as a person who believes in God, yes, I can face God and say, yes, I've prepared in this life based on to the best of my ability what I've done. Yes, so on the day of judgment, yes, I can actually answer God. But if a person has lived all his life or her life for 70, 80, 90 years, whatever life you live on this earth, and has not done anything that God has asked them to, then on the day of judgment, how will they stand in front of God?
But you see, to me, in my way, you eat meat, don't you?
What's that got to do with believing in God?
Well, because to me, if you were facing the sort of God that I would believe in, I would think that you are breaking the rules.
Are you saying your God tells you not to eat meat?
No, I don't.
Exactly my point.
I don't have a God.
So that is what I'm saying. If there was a God, yes, if there was, listen to this. If there was a God, yeah, who's taking?
There's no one going to judge
No,
me.
but the question is, who's taking a bigger risk? A person who says that God doesn't exist, and it turns out that after you die, you realize that God does exist. Yes, who's taking the bigger risk? You see, imagine I believed in God, and then I die, and then God doesn't exist. Yes, have I got anything to lose?
Right.
You see what I mean?
Yeah,
But if you,
surely God
yeah,
is not going to judge me.
how do you say that?
Telling you have everything to lose.
I don't
see,
believe that.
theists have
God
nothing
is such
to
a
lose.
great, powerful being.
But God is also
He
just.
treat me badly.
No, no.
What it is you both live life as subjectively. He lives life with his own belief. You live life with no belief way, and you both have a comfortable way. I'm coming to. I'm trying to break it down for you. I'm coming to, and you both live life as however you wish so. And then if you both gonna end up obviously dead. And then if there's God, you lose out everything. But if there's no God, he doesn't lose out anything.
The question is
taking the
So
bigger
you're
risk.
just covering your bits.
No, it's not just covering. Because I actually firmly believe there is a life after death. We have a meaning. There's a reason that we are here. Our life is not meaningless. Yes? We are not just here to be born, to eat, and then to die. Yes? Everything in the world has a meaning, and so do we. Yes? So one day, like I said to you, whether you believe in God or do not believe in God, we will face death. And if there is a life after death, yes, let's say there is no life after death. You know, even though I believed in God all my life, yes, I've not got much to lose. But you who has not believed in God, and then you realize there is a God, yes, you see, you have a lot to lose. You're taking a big.
Because if he's so wonderful, surely he's going to go.
It's just.
So you.
It's the justice.
Okay, what you're saying.
He's not going to go hazel. If you didn't believe in me, you're out, mate.
Okay, so basically you're telling me that imagine a class, imagine a classroom. Yeah, imagine you appear in a test along with other classmates. Yes, you're saying your teacher is so wonderful that she or he is going to make everyone pass regardless of how you perform in a test. Do you think that's justice? Exactly my point. So why do you expect that of God then? Why would you expect that of God? That regardless of how anyone lives a life, yes, God is going to allow everyone to go to paradise free of charge. It doesn't work like that. You see what, madam?
It's merciful, but it's just at the same time.
Everybody will face the consequence. All the rewards.
You're going to eat less meat.
Madam, can I ask you one question?
What did she say?
I will answer that. But can I ask you honestly one sincere question? One sincere question, yeah. I know you've given vegans and vegetarians a go, and you've been 1 year, as you said. Have you ever given?
I've been a vegetarian my whole life.
Okay, that's
No,
fair
you're not
enough.
the
Have you
prophet.
ever given? This is the question I'm asking. Have you ever given believe and theist any time or research?
I am Christian. I was christened into the Christian faith.
But have you looked in other faiths such as
No, but do you still believe in God though?
So you have left Christianity?
Because I've had awful things happen in my life. Why does God allow that to happen to people in my family?
So are you blaming?
I'm not blaming God.
But it looks like you are.
No, I'm not.
You said, why did He allow it to happen in my family?
No, but
In other
you're
words, you
saying
are.
God is everything and God is just.
No,
If
I'm-
He's just. Why does He let so many horrible things happen around the world?
But
Is that because those people have been
There is a
sinners?
test.
But you know, you need to realize something. You know, God is not just basically allowing everything bad to happen. There's a lot of good happening in the world as well.
There's a lot of bad that we've made
Yes,
happen.
but what
as
you're
humans.
trying to say is that all the bad that happens is because of God. But what about all the good things? They happen
There's a
because of
lot
whom?
good things, but most
You
bad things
you should
are
give the
due
credit to the same
human beings,
to the
actually.
same entity, right? All the good and all
Are
the
you
bad.
looking for actually a God or a takeaway? Because that's what, when people bring this argument, why did God do this as if they're in charge of God? And in charge of God.
I
With all
understand, I'm not
respect.
going to change your mind.
No, I'm saying to
All
you,
I'm saying is most awful things that happen on
because
earth.
I would say you coming with your son, that itself is a blessing, and you being healthy and all of that is all good.
And we need to change our
But
ways.
this is
you
a
didn't
test,
bring that,
madam.
though.
This life is just a test. This is where is the test. And then
You
can
brought your
God
son
can
today.
judge.
I see that as
I
blessing.
didn't.
Oh, he came with it with
Yeah,
you.
yeah, we came
We see
together.
that as your feast as a blessing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you see, so you should praise that to and
To be
credit that
honest
to
with you,
God.
ask any human being in the planet Earth, I know, ask any human being in the planet Earth, most people they will have more good days than a few bad days. Any human being. No, any human being.
But you're
on the
saying a lot of
planet,
bad
they
things
have
are
few
happening.
days.
Yes.
We all
You
have
cannot
few
just
days,
say
bad
everything.
Most bad things that have happened to do
Every
with
day we're
humans.
healthy.
Yeah, exactly. With humans. So most of the wars you see around, yes, are basically yes, they are.
Global warming, most of the rainforest cut
There you
down.
go. So you can't blame that to God, can you?
I'm not blaming it. I'm not blaming it.
What's stopping you then? What's stopping
Yeah, I think
you?
she needs to go. We can't.
What is it stopping you of believing in God? What
would
what
convince
proof?
you?
What are you going to be convinced? God exists.
Convince me.
Yeah. My God.
Maybe the bad experiences you had, maybe you're saying. Are you saying you're blaming the church for it or something? No.
She's thinking
So
what will convince
So
her.
what is it that?
Thinking what could convince
Okay,
me
go
to
on.
believe in God.
Yeah.
Go on. Some miracle? No.
No, the only place I've been to where I actually felt something, we were in Italy and we went to, you know, the Sicily.
Sicily.
No, Assisi. It's the
Assisi,
state of animals.
Assisi,
Yeah, yeah.
Assisi in
And
Italy.
when you went past his tomb, there was a real, like a feeling of a buzzing. Buzzing. It was like a feeling, like almost like a vibe. That's the only time.
But how do you know it was because of
Probably got
that
someone
tomb?
putting something behind it, making a noise, so you give them
I
money.
see.
Abdullah.
Funny enough,
So
it
with
happens to
reason
be the
convince you.
state of animals.
Let's come to a few.
I feel like I know you from somewhere.
I'm
You look familiar.
Madam, can we say one thing? Can we put out some very
How about we give her a Quran or something?
convince you?
What did you do with a copy of the Quran?
Yeah. Somebody got a copy here?
As you said, you're open-minded.
Okay. I've got to buy it.
Sorry?
I've got to buy it.
No, it's free. It's free.
Would you read a copy of the Quran? Okay, get it from Abdullah.
We're in
Across the road
America,
there.
we
We'll
went
get you
to...
one.
Can you just
Take
get her
2
one,
minutes.
inshallah?
2 minutes.
When we were in America, we went into the Mormon church as well,
Okay.
and we spoke to them, and that was really interesting. And the Scientology as well.
Maybe you should go to
That was really
a. Why don't you go to a mosque one day? Maybe you can have a conversation there.
Would I be allowed in that?
Yeah, of course you would. Yeah. All right.
I will. I'll come with my son.
Thank you, Hazel. You take
Thank you.
care.
Nice to meet you.
Yes.
Let's
Brothers and sisters, Allahu Akbar, thanks to your tremendous support, we have, Alhamdulillah, paid the final installment for this huge masjid property, and now we need your support to convert this 2,700 square meters building into the most amazing Islamic center in the country of Norway, inshallah.
But bro, this does not look like a masjid. It looks like a wedding hall.
And that's exactly what this is. Brothers and sisters, we need your support to reconstruct this wedding hall into a masjid and community center so we can have our prayer hall for us to establish salah 5 times a day, an indoor playground for the kids to nurture love for the house of Allah, a conference hall for lectures and reminders about Islam.
We need classrooms for education, a library to study, a gym for exercise, and a soup kitchen to help the poor and needy.
If you support us, even with a small sadaqah, you will inshallah harvest a reward for all of these facilities and the khair that they generate throughout the years, all the way until the day we meet Allah.
The Prophet ﷺ said, whoever builds a masjid for the sake of Allah, Allah will build for him a similar house in Jannah. So what are you waiting for? Click the button to donate and share the video for extra rewards.